Hey everybody, Mike here from the Focus Garage. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to install a Freedom Shield's windshield on your 2015 and newer Harley-Davidson Road Glide. Now, this particular video will apply to my 2017 Road Glide Ultra, but it's going to be the exact same process for anybody with a Rushmore Road Glide motorcycle. So that's 2015 and newer all the way till currently 2020. It's still the exact same way to install one of these windshields on your motorcycle. Before we hop into actually how it installs, what it looks like, and how it works, I just want to take a second and kind of discuss why I chose to go the route that I went here and why I'm working with Freedom Shields. So first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Freedom Shields for providing us with a windshield for today's video here, just to show you guys what it looks like and how it works. Freedom Shields is one of the premier windshield offerings for anything Harley-Davidson. They take pride in the fact that you can try their windshields in different sizes as long as you leave the plastic wrap on before you go ahead and commit to that being the right one for you. So sizing, I'll go over in a minute here how to choose the right size windshield for your motorcycle. They also pride themselves on the overall quality of their windshield. This is not some cheaply made product that's just thrown together and shipped out to you. This thing came packaged better than any part that I've ordered lately. It came in a box, filled with packing peanuts. The windshield was wrapped in plastic cling wrap to make sure nothing happened to it. Had a nice thank you appreciation letter with it and everything like that. But the windshield itself is thicker than most aftermarket ones that you'll find. It's more stable, so it doesn't wobble around or anything like that. And the overall clarity of it is very, very nice. They offer two different varieties for the Road Glide here. You're going to find one in the Touring and then in the Sport Touring. The model that I've got on mine here is a 14-inch Sport Touring windshield, and I'm going to show you right now how to measure for that to make sure that you're getting the right size windshield for your body type and riding position. So here you can see we've got our beautiful magazine Road Glide Ultra. Now I'm going to kind of just go through and show you how to figure out what windscreen size you're going to want for your bike. So first things you're going to want to do is get on the bike in riding position. A lot of people make the mistake of sitting as far upright as possible when they're measuring for this. You're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to have the bike upright, so not on the side stand. So if you've got to put it on some kind of lift system or have somebody hold the front wheel for you, go ahead and do that. But sit on the seat and relax. So a lot of people kind of start off more upright and then they kind of slouch as they sit on the bike for a while. So get in the position as close as you possibly do to when you ride. So while sitting on the motorcycle, what you're going to want to do is pretty much envision two lines intersecting. So you're going to be sitting on the seat here. So you're going to have, your line of sight, almost like a laser beam here, going forward. So this is, your head and your eyes going forwards there. And then from the base of the windshield here, going upright. So what's going to happen is you're going to have an area to where these two lines will intersect. So you have your eyes coming here, and then the base of the windshield coming up right there. So you're going to have, measuring straight up from the base of the windshield, intersecting with your vision line sight coming from right there. What you're going to want to do when you're measuring for a windscreen is you're going to want to be able to look over the windshield. Contrary to what a lot of people think, you're not really looking so much through the windshield as you are over it. So with that line of sight coming from your eyes here, you're going to have this intersect with this line here. Now, depending on how tall this line is, as long as the windshield you're ordering is lower than this height here of this line coming up where your eyes intersect it, you'll be good to go. This means that you'll be able to look over the windshield and not through the windshield. This is very, very critical because it's for rider comfort, it's for wind direction. This windshield is curved in such a way where it's going to push the air away from you to reduce in buffeting, but it's only going to work most effectively if you measure out the height properly. So again, this height right here, intersecting with your eyesight line, as long as the windshield that you're ordering is lower than that line, you will be good to see through the windshield, not over it. The nice thing about Freedom Shields is they do offer a variety of finishes on these windshields. You can get them in clear, light smoke, medium smoke, and dark smoke. So whatever you're looking to do, they've got a windshield that'll kind of fit to your style of what you're trying to accomplish with the overall theme of your bike there. So that's how you measure for a windshield. Pretty quick, pretty easy, and sorry that it's not beautiful. I hope that was a clear enough representation for you guys. I'm not a Photoshop expert or anything like that, or even a pro Adobe editor with making that look like as best as possible. But I just wanted to give you kind of a visual representation of, you've got your eyesight, you've got the center line in the windshield, and kind of where that all intersects there, how to decide what best fits you. Again, this is going to be going on a Road Glide Ultra. This will be the same for any kind of Road Glide. I do a lot of long days in the saddle on my motorcycle. We're talking 300 to 500 mile days occasionally. So I want something that's going to do a good job job at directing the wind away from me, but I also still wanted something that's a lot more stylish than the stock one. So again, I chose their Sport Touring model in 14 inches in their dark smoke finish. They offer a variety of clear to light smoke, to medium smoke, to dark smoke, depending on what kind of look you're going for with your motorcycle there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the garage, look at the bike, and see how to put this windshield on your motorcycle. So we're going to start the video off here just by showing you what the factory windshield looks like. So this is a Road Glide Ultra just for reference here, and we're going to keep the bike kind of in the same spot just so you can see the curvature of this windshield versus the aftermarket one here from Freedom Shields. So you can see here kind of where we've got the top of that license plate on the wall there. Pay kind of close attention to where the windshield is there. It's very, very close to the top of that license plate, but just the curvature of it here. So it's kind of what the windshield looks like here. Here's kind of what it looks like from in the saddle. Goes up about there. And then we can see here from the front, this is kind of what we've got here. Now, something the factory windshield did that I wasn't the biggest fan of, and I wonder if the aftermarket one is going to cure it, is right when you come at the front of the bike here, so we've got the headlight right above it, where the windshield meets this trim piece, it's actually not flush on my motorcycle. So you can see here, it doesn't sit entirely flush with that. I've always wondered if that's by design or if that's just build quality issue on Harley's part there. I looked at some bikes at the dealer and they all look like that also with the factory windshields. So it may be like that by design. So that's kind of where it looks like now. I'm going to go ahead and swap out the windshield and we'll look at first impressions. So I've gone ahead and removed the factory windshield and it's very, very easy. There's just 4 screws, 2 on each side in total. So you'll see there's 2 here and then there's 2 on the other side of the fairing. These are kind of held in place by this little black trim piece here. So as you're removing the second screw from each side, you are going to want to take care that that trim piece does not fall off, hit your fairing or anything like that. Mine was actually just held on by, you've got your little, Allen or hex tool here. Mine was a 3/32. I've heard on earlier bikes they may be Phillips screw heads, so either you're going to need a little Allen and hex tool or a Phillips screwdriver. So with this off, now is a good chance to kind of clean in between where the windshield meets this little upper black dashboard piece. I had some bug guts in here, and you can see there's a little bit of dust, so I'm going to go ahead and use some quick detail spray and then clean this all out just that way we're putting the windshield up against a totally clean, fresh surface. And then I'll go ahead and check back in with you once we've got that new shield installed. One of the beauties of Freedom Shields is this absolutely very in-depth installation sheet that they give you with the windshield. The windshield was packed absolutely amazing with packing peanuts. It was wrapped. There's plastic protectant on the windshield, so nothing's going to happen during shipping. But they also do provide, like I said, this very, very in-depth installation guide here, just to make sure you're getting everything lined up properly. So if you do want to kind of read through this before you put it on your bike, you can pause it right now and check that out just to make sure you're installing it properly. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what this bad boy looks like on the bike. All right, so now we've got the windshield installed, and let me tell you, it was pretty simple. If you follow those instructions, you should have no real issue getting this windshield on this motorcycle. One thing you're going to want to pay close attention to is the order in which they tell you to put the screws on. Now, before you say anything about the clarity of the windshield, I still have the protective plastic on it, just because I want to ride the bike first to make sure that the height is the right size for me. As we discussed earlier, how to measure all that to make sure that the wind protection is where I want it to be and that the height and everything is good, because Freedom Shields actually will let you exchange the shield for a different size one so long as you've still got the plastic wrapping on. So one of their big marketing things is try out the shield, make sure it fits to your size and is exactly what you want it, and if it's not, you can exchange it for another one with them. So when installing this, like I said, there is only 2 screws per side. We've got obviously, hang on, there we go. We've got the centermost screw and then the outermost screw. So what you're gonna wanna do is align the shield up in the little channel that it goes through here and put in the center screws. So you have to shimmy it around. Having a second set of hands would help. I did do this alone, not a huge deal, but get the shield into place, get the 2 center screws in loosely, and then once you've got those into place, go ahead and go for the outer ones. What you may need to do with this, and the instructions say so, is to pull the shield towards the rear of the motorcycle to get this hole to line up through the windshield onto the hole on the fairing. So pull it backwards to get the 2 side holes mounted, also still leaving them loose. Once you've got all 4 screws loosely mounted, in order to get everything pressed down close to the front seal here, you're going to want to go ahead and put your hand on the top of the windshield and pull it forward while you tighten the front 2 screws. This will make this seal be totally flush. And now in the beginning, I was saying the stock windshield had a gap. This one does not. It sits totally flush with that weather stripping all the way around and follows the curve. So now there's no air pocket slipping through here as there was on the factory windshield. So this thing is a super press tight fitted seal, which is awesome. Props to really nice build quality. And also this windshield is a lot thicker than the factory one, and it also does not wobble at all. Like, this is a very, very sturdy, heavy duty, beautiful piece. Now, one thing I wanted to show earlier was kind of the height of the windshield in regards to that license plate. So check that out now. There's the height of the windshield. There's the license plate. And then as we come around here, here's what it looks like from the inner fairing here. So you can see, I went with a dark smoke finish, which you can still see out of. If you do some night riding, you might want to do a little bit of a lighter finish. But again, the main idea here is that you're not looking through the windshield, you're looking over the windshield. So keep that in mind as you're deciding on a finish. So that is what we've got from the front of the bike there. This is the Sport Touring one, so you can see it's kind of got a little more of the curve here, and it follows through that way for more of that sporty look. The smoked finish looks great against the black bike. And that's pretty much it there. It is winter time outside right now, so I will not have direct riding impressions for you this second. However, I can tell you from sitting on the bike, I do love the way this looks. I also can still see over it here. I am about 6 feet tall with a 32-inch inseam, just to kind of give you reference on my overall size here of why I chose the 14-inch windshield here. And that's kind of where we stand with that. I cannot wait to try this out, see how it is with wind buffeting, looking through it, looking over it, and just the overall aesthetic that it adds to the motorcycle. One more time here, so that's what we've got. Come back around here. So this is something I cannot wait to try out. I do a lot of longer trips on this motorcycle, so having a windshield that'll give me some real wind protection, add some style to the bike, and just, I can't emphasize enough for all you watching out there. This thing is so thick and solid. There's literally no wobbles with it at all. It's crazy. Like the factory shield here, I've got it on the ground actually. You can kind of see, like, obviously it's not mounted right now, but it's very, very like flexible, pliable, and just overall cheap feeling. Whereas this, it's a very, very sturdy piece. It's quality. It's what you come to expect when buying a windshield from Freedom Shields. This is Mike from the Focus Garage. Let me know what you think about the windshield in the comments down below. Are you running a windshield on your bike? And if so, what windshield are you running? I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a great day.